Sandra here in Ridge, and it's time to transplant our tomatoes. A couple weeks ago, you'll remember I made a YouTube video on reusing lettuce containers and egg cartons to make a little tomato greenhouse. So we've got them all up and they've sprouted and they're doing awesome. The only problem with this container is there's not much soil in there for the plants to grow, so it's time to transplant them into a pot. So first things first, a great quality potting soil, always important. You can get it here or at any garden center or hardware store, that sort of thing. You want to take your pot and get your little tomato ready to go in. Now you'll see that my egg carton breaks apart really easy because it's wet in there. And look at it, it's got little tomato roots growing out of it. These guys are really healthy, doing awesome. First thing, we don't want to take this egg carton off. It's okay to break off the top pieces, but if you disrupt this whole root ball, it's going to be really hard on your little plant. Second thing, there happens to be 2 tomatoes growing out of this one. I must have got a second seed in there by mistake. No big deal, but 2 is not better than 1. We want 1 strong plant, not 2 weak plants. So we're going to take this second little guy and I'm going to break him off with my fingernail. If you don't have a fingernail, you can cut them off with the scissors, whatever works for you. Just try not to disrupt your one main plant. Okay? Next thing, we want to get as much of this stem in the soil as possible. So I'm going to look here, and it looks to me like if I put that right in the very bottom of my empty pot, I can put all the soil in and he'll still stick out the top, which is perfect. Now I've already mixed my soil in a bin and I've wetted it in a little bit so it's not completely dry, because potting soil can be pretty dry when it comes out of the bag. And just like that, I cover up all of that stem. My little tomato sticks at the top and he's ready to go. I'm just going to finish up transplanting these and then I'll talk to you at the end about watering. So, now that we've got all of our little pots planted, there's a couple things we need to know about watering. First thing is, you do not want to give them too much water. If you do that, they're going to get really tall and skinny and you're going to have this huge tomato plant and you don't know what to do with. So, you want to keep them fairly dry. They can even look a little wilted between waterings. That's okay. The second thing you want to remember is that they should have a fertilizer treatment about once a week. You can either use an organic fertilizer or you can use an all-purpose fertilizer. Either one is fine, but just mix it at half the concentrate it says on the bottle. There'll be directions on the container, not a big deal, but only put in half as much as they tell you to, and just give them that once a week. Other than that, all you have to do is be patient, wait for spring to come, and you should have some beautiful tomato plants to put in your garden. Thanks so much for watching, and happy growing.